this video, we will look at solving a triangle. Now, this means that we will be finding the missing parts of the triangle. So let's take a visual here. We're told that alpha is opposite side A and that beta is opposite side B and gamma is opposite side C. So let's label some of the measurements that we have. We know that alpha is 43.1 degrees. And we know that side A is 184.2. And then we know that side B is 242.8. And we want to find the missing side. So we're going to use the law of sines here. Since we know alpha and side A, we'll use this fraction. And since we know side B, we'll use this fraction to help us find angle beta. So let's set that up. I've got A, which is 184.2, divided by the sine of alpha, which alpha is 43.1 degrees. And that's equal to side B, which is the 242.8, divided by sine of beta. Now, it would be really easy to type in your calculator the sine of 43.1 and get a decimal. However, you would have to round that decimal. And I'm going to save our rounding for the very last step. So instead, let's cross multiply here. 184.2 sine of beta equals 242.8 sine of 43.1. Then to get sine of beta by itself, we'll divide by the 184.2. And then because we have the sine of beta, then we'll need to use the inverse sine. And yes, I'm going to type this all in one step in the calculator. I'll show you how we do that. Divided by the 184.2. All right, so we're going to type this all in one step. I'm going to show you how to do that in Desmos. So let's take a look. Okay, when you're in Desmos, you want to make sure you're in degrees first. So we'll click the little wrench here and make sure you have degrees selected. Now, because we are using an inverse sine, you're going to need the keypad, which you can select down here at the bottom. Go over to Functions. Go ahead and make sure Trig is selected, and then you can choose the inverse sine. Now you can type it in. 242.8 sine of 43.1 divided by 184.2. And because this is an angle, we're going to go ahead and round according to the directions, which said to the nearest tenth. So it looks like I have 64.2 degrees there. All right, so beta was 64.2 degrees. Now, because we know beta, we can find gamma because we know the angles in a triangle add to 180 degrees. So let's take our 43.1 degrees plus our 64.2 degrees plus gamma, which we don't know, and we know that has to equal 180. So we've got 107.3 plus gamma equals 180. And so gamma must be 72.7 degrees. Now we are finally ready to find side C, which was what we were trying to find. So we're going to set up in our law of sines, we're going to use the A fraction and we'll use the C fraction. So we'll set that up. A was 184.2 divided by the sine of alpha, which is 43.1. And that's equal to side C, we don't know, over the sine of gamma, which is 72.7. Again, we don't want to type in those trig values right now, get decimals. Instead, we cross multiply. C times the sine of 43.1 is equal to 184.2 sine of 72.7. And then we can divide by the sine of 43.1. And now we're ready to go to our calculator to type this in. Now we're back in Desmos, and just a quick check to make sure we're still in degree mode. And now we're ready to type it in. 184 sine 72.7 divided by the sine of 43.1. And you can see we get 257.4. So the side we were missing was 257.4 there.